young African leader. Okay, I mean he's a unashamed and unabashed, staunch African.
This is the one and only Amo.
Somebody even tried to compare him, call him as a younger version of Robert Mugabe in the South. Okay, so there are so many different avenues that could be employed.
But according to Codec, those avenues have been cut off because, of course, here in this country, there are so many watchdogs, so many checks and balances and separations of power. The president, well, we don't have one here, but even in the US, the president is not all powerful. Here, the prime minister is not all powerful. But in the Gambia, of course, and many other African countries, the president has his hands on every lever of state. So how can these guys change their government legitimately?
Let me give you an example, Henry. Was it early this week? Yahya Jammeh apologized to Britain, right, for erroneously accusing it of complicity in the attempted coup d'etat. I mean, 5 years ago, even 2 years ago, even a year ago, would the same Yahya Jammeh, offer such an apology?
Are you saying that he's changing?
It shows a change, yeah. See, somebody...
But from what to what?
Yeah, somebody once said, look, the only constant in life is change, okay? And look, Yahya Jammeh wouldn't be in power in Gambia forever.
Well, he did say with Allah's will he will reign for 1 billion years.
But he will be forever. Yeah. I mean, he will die sometime.
Yeah.
Whether he will die at 90, 50 or whatever, but he will be power forever. But you see, the situation, it could be dynamic. It could change. And the civil society, could get a chance to agitate, for peaceful, credible elections, to see this guy out, if they want to see him out.
But isn't that what Codec has been doing all this time? Respond to John F. answer.
Listen, look, the Gambia is a very, very small country. The government looms very large. It is the market, it is the employer, everybody depends on it. It's the one that gives contracts. Therefore, people gather together in order to be able to have to access resources. It's only from government. So government, from the point of departure, a Gambian government is usually extremely powerful. You mentioned the executive powers of the presidency in the Gambia. It's more pronounced in the Gambia than it is anywhere else in the sub-region. Then you have, add to that, a despotic ruler, somebody who is unashamedly very despotic, somebody who threatens people, somebody who carries out extrajudicial killings, somebody whose record on human rights by any standards is exceptionally low, very, very poor indeed. Yeah,
you're putting all these points to us right now. Let me put that to our people. Let me put that to our guest, Sam Sarr, who is in the States, who knows President Jammeh very well, and who apologized to him for saying the kinds of things, Abdulie Joof, that you have just said now. How true are those things, i.e. extrajudicial killings, just rampant despotism? What say you to that?
All right. Okay, let me just come back to that specific point. I think we should be a little more respectable in the way we, use the language we're discussing. This is a nice discussion that we should not contaminate with, outrageous statements. However,
but if somebody, sorry, Samsudeen, but if a president, a ruler, whoever they are, is carrying out extrajudicial killings, detention without trial, persecution of minorities, then there is no nice way of dressing it up. And Abdulie Joof says, and so does Amnesty and other human rights watchdogs, that that's the case. I didn't see that when I was in the Gambia, but I was somebody there as a journalist and as a tourist, free to come and go as I please. But if I was a Gambian who wanted to agitate politically, maybe it would have been a different thing. What say you?
Yes, coming back to, it is very difficult to really come with this solid evidence that Jammeh will just, out of nowhere, start killing people who try to talk against him, do this. You got to understand the history of the change in the Gambia in 1994. Up to 1994, Gambia never enjoyed that kind of independence that was really authentic as we know now in the Gambia. Because in the previous I was in the armed forces, and I saw the difference between what prevailed before and after.
Under the regime of Jawara, yeah, the independence president.
Yes, he was independent president Jawara up to, well, he was there for 3 decades. But by 1994, you know, as a member of the armed forces, you know, looking at the way the country was being ruled and the whole thing being monopolized by families, you know, the whole government system was being run by few families and few individuals who, if you look at even the records in the offices, you will see that it was like father, you know, son succeeding
so you
father.
Felt basically like that there was a presidential dynasty. We'll come back to what you feel about the Gambia in just a moment or two, but let's go to the people, because lots of you have been leaving comments on our Facebook page this week, so let's take a look at a few. And we'll start off with Mariam Sane, who says, "Now is a time that all Gambians should come together. Our country is a stable and peaceful one, and we want to keep it that way. The days of coups should be over, especially if we want the Gambia to develop." Then this from Lamin Chronics, who says, "I don't really support the coup, but it's a sign of frustration. After all, Jammeh has been in power for 20 years, and some of us have had enough of him, always blaming the West for his own failures, while at the same time repressing his people." And this one finally from Chima. Chima says, "I watched your recent interview with Jammeh and wish we had a leader like him in Nigeria. Look at what happens when you have a weak president, chaos and rampant corruption. Africa needs more leaders who are prepared to speak their mind and inspire the nation with a real plan for development." And if you'd like to get in touch, here are some of the ways in which you can do so.
Now this is the one and only Amo Rago FM playing